Hey everyone, Morten Ostad here, welcome to my channel. Today I just want to show you a record that I picked up yesterday. But the story goes a little bit further back than that. First it goes back a couple of days earlier, where I picked up some singles, a couple from Super Furry Animals and a single from In Excess. I did see something I really wanted, but it was a bit expensive. And I decided to see if I had something I could trade in to make it less expensive. So yesterday I returned to Rock Rolls and I did get enough money to reduce the price of this by a third. I also replaced my In Excess single that I had picked up the day before because I had bought a record In Excess single that I already owned because I hadn't cleaned up my Discogs. So just a quick look. This cost 20 krona more, but he didn't. He said that was fine. So I got the gift. This is from the Full Moon, Empty Hearts. The story about this other record that I got begins almost a year ago, in August of 2024. I had gotten a gift card for Platekompaniet. By collecting points from another website, and this would pay for this and another gift card I had lying around from my then previous birthday would pay for actually roughly half of what this box set would cost me. And I knew that they had a copy left in the store, so I went there to buy it. Then this happened. The gift card had not been activated, so to all intents and purposes, to the people in the store, it was empty. So I said, well, what do we do about this? This record, you have one left, and I know that this won't get printed up in more copies. It's already sold out online. So I said, don't worry, it'll take 2 days, and we'll get that gift card reactivated. And then in the meantime, we'll hold this record for you. Well, 2 days turned into 7 or 8 before I got an email saying that they had done this. So I went back to the Platekompaniet record store and someone had sold the box. Yeah. So I went online immediately and I tried ordering it using that gift card as well. And the order went through and then nothing happened and nothing happened. And I tried to find other places to buy it, and I told them, "Can I have my gift card back? Because I don't." "Oh no, we think we'll still manage to find a copy for you." I didn't believe. Last week I went online and just to check some other orders, and when I went further down, I saw that they had cancelled this order just a few days earlier. I had not received any warning about this, by the way. So I've been a little miffed at them, but they did give me my gift card back. Of course, I couldn't use that gift card on this because this is a second-hand copy bought at a different store. So I handed in a couple of pop rock related t-shirts that don't fit me anymore, or never did actually, and a couple of CDs that I have since upgraded, and a U2 record where a friend of mine gave me his copy last winter, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that I already owned it. So I got rid of now the earlier one that I bought at a record fair a couple of years ago. And for that I got enough money to knock a third off the price of this. And this being Black Sabbath Anno Domini 1989-1995. I finally have it. So it is a little bit worn on the corner there, but mostly it seems to be largely fine and dandy. I have never heard any of these records before in my life. I do own one CD by Tony Martin, the one that wasn't included in this box set. By the way, I may have forgotten that I got this for Record Store Day. So, I get a lot of records. Did we ever find out why? Was it a record label thing or something else? It has since been reissued on its own for, was it Record Store Black Friday? I haven't gotten that yet. I really should now that I have this, so that I at least can say that I have all of Black Sabbath studio albums by one of their singers. I have one Black Sabbath studio album on vinyl with Ozzy on it, which was a Vinyl Me Please release, and I don't have any with Ronnie James Dio on vinyl. So yeah, but I have the Glenn Hughes, Tony Iommi, solo album, the wonderful 7-star, isn't it? I was happy to see that whoever owned this before kept this sticker. Black Sabbath Anno Domini 1989-1995 4 LP Super Deluxe Edition featuring 3 albums newly remastered. 2024 Tony Iommi remix of Forbidden 1989 Headless Cross Tour replica concert book. 40-page book with photos, artwork and liner notes. And Headless Cross poster. Very nice. So here is the booklet. And it has lyrics and it has Tyr lyrics, and Tyr is my favorite Black Sabbath album name because, well, this is Thor, but Tyr was the god of war in our real religion, Norse mythology religion, or whatever you want to call it, with our gods and all that unfortunately was pushed out to the side by that other stuff. And we have an epilogue. We have various. Now, I suppose, I mean, I'm not a Black Sabbath person. I love the band. I do. I love Ozzy and I love Tony. I just listened to one of Ozzy. Just listened to Ozzy's autobiography. I got Tony's waiting for me to listen to. But you have to remember, when I became aware of Black Sabbath, I already knew. I had bought a couple of albums by Ozzy Osbourne, but we're talking my early 13, 14 years old, maybe 15, no internet, and I bought a Ozzy Osbourne record or two, probably the Sin one and the one that I've lost, which I hope to get one day, you know, the live album where he sings Black Sabbath stuff. And I was aware of Ronnie James Dio from my brother's Rainbow albums, I think. Again, did not know where he came from, did not know about Richie Blackmore and Deep Purple. All that sort of things were things that gradually. My first Black Sabbath album, and again a record I lost, I'm pretty sure it was was it Live After Evil, the one with Ronnie James Dio on it, and then buying the Tony Iommi record on cassette back then, I think it was. So I was for a long time very confused as to what Black Sabbath was, and I was very into heavy metal and so on at this time, but maybe not so much the stuff that originated in the 70s until later on. So that my Black Sabbath discovery was later buying all of the Ozzy ones on CD, and then the Dio ones, and as well as the two later Dio Black Sabbath type records. But as far as Black Sabbath with Tony Martin goes, knew absolutely nothing. that was a period of the band that went completely under my radar, because I wasn't that much into heavy metal when they were in that type of heavy metal. Of course, I stayed with Metallica, and I stayed with Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. But what these guys were up to, that was I ignored that completely back then. So, like I said, I have. Is it the Eternal Idol that I have on CD, but never listened to it much. So it'll be interesting to see what this will do. I know that many Sabbath fans will either ignores this period, or they have a couple of records that they really like. I think one of these is very disliked, at least from what I've seen in videos in the vinyl community or the heavy metal community. Is that the same thing necessarily? So there's Headless Cross. Love the artwork here, although it is a Christian symbol. But there is Tyr. I love that. The runes and everything. Tyr, son of Odin and the supreme sky god of the northern peoples, the god of war and material valor, the protector of the community and the giver of law and order. And Tyr lost his arm. He was the only god who could approach the Fenris wolf. And he had a thing from when the Fenris wolf was a pup and not a massive skyscraper tall animal, that he would scratch the inside of his mouth. And at some stage they decided we had to tie this animal down because he's getting too big and dangerous, and also he's the offspring of Loki and something else. So I don't know if they were aware of that at the moment, at the time. So what they did is they got the dwarves to fashion a rope that could not break, and this rope was made by things that does not exist, like the roots of mountains and the sound that a kitten's paw makes and stuff like that. And this rope was called Gleipnir, which at some stage was an excellent guest beer made by Midtfuns Borghus. It was a black or Cascadian IPA, a wonderful beer. Oh, Gleipnir, I miss you. I miss beer. It's 18 months since I last had a beer, guys. And he approached it and he did this thing inside his mouth, and then he carefully put the noose around the neck of Fenris, and then pulled it tight. But Fenris' mouth snapped closed when he was surprised this happened, and he bit Tyr's arm off. So there you have the story of that. It's a bit dull, this cover, cross purposes. And if I understood this right, this is considered a dud, the not so good one. Awful artwork. This is forbidden. I guess that's part of the ban in being burnt or crawling out of hell or something like that. Maybe they're climbing out of the hellhole as Birmingham. Sorry. Just look at one of the vinyls. Looks perfectly nice. Like the inner sleeves being lined and all that. Yep. There you are. And Warner Records. So that was a look at this box that I finally got after a year of disappointments, I suppose. And I'm looking forward to listening to this and getting acquainted with this version of Black Sabbath, and if you have any comments about that, please leave those. And if you want to click a like, that is very much appreciated because that helps my channel. You want to subscribe, join the group, that makes me happy. And I hope to see you guys in another video. Take care. Bye bye.